Hi everybody, Dave here from British Trucking. Welcome to the channel. In this video we're going to be looking at the driver shortage in the UK. We didn't see that one coming, did we? And basically we're going to be looking at the temporary extension on driver's hours that were introduced in the beginning of July and are set to go forward until about the 8th of August. Allowing HGV drivers to drive for more hours. Is this a good idea? Or isn't it? Let's go take a look. Okay, so we've got the relaxation to the driver's hours. So what does that actually mean for truck drivers? Well, basically the temporary relaxation means that drivers can now drive for 11 hours a day for 2 days a week, and they can now drive for 10 hours a day for 3 days a week. But that's not something that you can just do. Your transport manager or transport team must inform the Department for Transport that you're going to do this, and unless they notify the Department for Transport, then technically you are going to be driving out of hours if they don't know about it. So just be wary of that. Don't just assume because they've relaxed the hours you can just go and do it. Because the last thing we want is truck drivers to be pulled up on the side of the road and getting fined because their transport manager didn't notify the Department for Transport. So just be wary of that. We now know that we can drive for 11 hours for 2 days a week and 10 hours for 3 days a week, providing that the Department of Transport have been notified. So what does that mean over your 2-week period as far as the 90 hours is concerned? Well, the government have increased that time to now 99 hours over a fortnight period to allow for their temporary relaxation. So basically you can now drive for loads of hours like you weren't tired before. So is that going to make any difference to the industry as far as new drivers being interested in driving, knowing that they can now drive for 99 hours in a fortnight? I know it's only temporary, it's only till the beginning of August, but well, the 8th of August. But what are the government doing? What is it all about? It's been obvious for years why there's nobody being interested in driving HGV trucks. It's because the wages are too low and the hours are too long. So increasing the hours is not going to make people want to drive a truck. So how has the driver shortage come about? Well, there's lots of thoughts on that. Obviously Brexit had a part in that. We had a lot of foreign drivers who were driving over in this country, and since Brexit many of them have now gone back to their country of residence, if you like. So that's obviously lost us quite a lot of drivers. Also we've got the COVID situation, and that certainly hasn't helped in any way, because you're going to have drivers who think, well, is this for me? I'm going to change my job. I'm going to go into a perhaps safer environment. I don't know, but we've certainly got a massive driver shortage. My opinion, as probably everybody knows from watching any of my videos, is the wages are just too low. All right, I've seen some of the comments on YouTube on some of my videos and what have you, and in some parts of the country the wages are very good. But you've got to be driving for a really good company to be treated well as a truck driver, certainly in these days. But I think that the driving wages, there needs to be some sort of industry standard, that they need to come up to a certain level. It's no good having drivers' wages that are on a par to, well, we've said it before, somebody stacking shelves in a shop. Nothing detrimental to anybody who stacks shelves in shops, but we're highly qualified drivers. We've all done our tests. We all go to our little classrooms every year or every 5 years to do our CPCs, and well, basically we're the nuts on the road, aren't we? But we're paid very poorly. We can't, nobody's going to drive, even on the normal regulations, nobody's going to drive for 90 hours in a fortnight for, well, what's not far off a minimum wage, is it? So, no, I think it's just obvious that the drivers' wages are what is not making truck driving. Well, nobody wants to do it, do they? So we've had a relaxation in the driver's hours, which completely bemuses me, to be honest with you, because if it was a health and safety issue in the first place, and they set the hours because of health and safety, how can you relax that and it be safe? Simply can't. If somebody's driving the maximum hours of 99 hours over a fortnight, they're going to be very, very tired when they're driving on the road. And it bemuses me as to how somebody in a government department can just assume that increasing the driving hours is going to solve the problems of the country. No, it's quite simple. We need more drivers, and to get more drivers, the job as a truck driver needs to be something that people will be attracted to, because you can earn a good wage driving a truck, and currently that is not the case. It is in some parts of the country. There are some good companies out there who pay really good wages and look after their drivers. I've said it before. But the majority are working long hours, they're getting paid very poorly, and in a lot of cases getting treated very poorly by their companies. It's do or on your bike. So, there's got to be an attraction to the job to make new people want to come and do it. And currently, I don't see it. There's a lot of drivers who have been driving for many years who are just throwing the towel in because they're now earning the same wages as they were probably earning 10 or even 15 years ago on an hourly rate. Well, it doesn't make any sense. Nobody is going to be attracted to that sort of industry. So the wages have got to go up. There needs to be an industry standard wage for a truck driver. Yeah, they can differentiate between the two. They could say a class 2 standard rate is this, a class 1 standard rate is that, and if you get paid above that, then you get paid above that because of your experience or your qualification. There's drivers out there who can drive a Moffat, there's drivers out there who can use a HIAB, there's drivers out there who are qualified in ADR or whatever, and it should go up from a standard rate. You get a qualification, you get an increase, like in any other sector. If you start at the bottom line in a factory, you progress up that, and you would progress up a pay scale. And it should be exactly the same in the trucking industry. you pass your test, you start off on a standard rate of pay, you get experience, your pay rate goes up. You get qualified for something, it goes up again. And that should be a standard practice for any industry. So, the temporary relaxation, is it a good idea? Well, it might be a good idea for the companies to obviously deliver more products and to keep the supply chain going. But from the driver's point of view, it's just making it harder. And to attract new drivers into the industry, well, I don't see it. There needs to be something at government level that makes an industry standard to attract people into the industry. So, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. So, if you would like to leave a comment below with your thoughts on why drivers just aren't coming into the industry, and also why drivers are leaving the industry, then please leave a comment below. And don't forget, if you haven't yet subscribed to the British Trucking channel, you can do so by hitting the subscribe button and hitting the bell icon. And if you hit the bell icon, you'll be notified of any future videos that I make, and we will see you in the next video. So, bye for now!